Major Corporation Toy Manufacturing 101. Just repaint it and give it a different head. People buy it anyway. Transformers Legacy Buzzsaw. Today on World of Stuff. Buzzsaw, a repaint with a different head of the Waspinator Mold, is actually an interesting case. Because there is precedence of a Buzzsaw interesting in the existing in the original Beast Wars line. But the head was primarily the robot mode head instead of the mutant head, which Waspinator was known for in the cartoon. So they basically just decided that with this one, they're just going to give it the robot mode head, put it in the form of a Hornet, and put it out there. Granted, they put it out there on Walmart because they were the ones who paid. I got this at probably the ones who picked up the lot. This odd little subline of repaints, but still, it's a decent figure. Of course, so is the Kingdom Waspinator. So I have good feelings about this. Okay, now out of the box. Now we got the instructions, consumer information / warnings, and not much accessories except for the stinger gun. Because now we have to check these days, because there have been cases of the accessories being packed in the back of the box and people missing it entirely. Yeah, that's not a good sign. But one thing I can see is that, yes, indeed, these are indeed the black colored wing, black translucent wings, as opposed to the just transparent white clear ones in the picture. But then again, these were the wings that were featured in the sort of leak photos anyway, so I'm not going to rag on it too much. Besides, I think the original Waspinator had clear wings anyway, so I'm not going to get off on a tangent on that one. Especially since I still have to get to this review. Oh, and yes, they do have the plastic window on these figures. Perhaps they realized that having something that's so easily stolen, or that the whole LeBron James Space Jam thing was enough to convince them that perhaps the eco packaging wasn't the best way to go. Hopefully. And looking at the figure itself, properly out of the package, we do see very impressive yellow, black, green, and purple. Unfortunately, the torso didn't quite get resolved in this figure, so fortunate, but that was the thing with the Kingdom Waspinator anyway, so I can't get too upset without it actually accomplishing anything. But we do see some nice light piping on there. Now, as you can see, the colors very much represent more of a Hornet than a Wasp, relatively speaking. We do have the same issue with the torso where it doesn't quite connect together, or comes apart really easily. That was an issue with the Waspinator mold that this is based off of, so that's going to be a thing regardless. But at least we got some very nice light piping. Been a while since we've actually seen anything with light piping, so hard to believe that that's actually something special these days, but there we go. I know that light piping excites some people. Articulation head is on a ball joint, and it does actually have a very nice range of motion. Shoulders are on a universal joint. Mushroom peg bicep. 90-degree elbow and wrist rotation. We do have waist swivel there, but it does kind of disassemble the torso, so, but that's just going to be a thing regardless. Ball jointed hips, thigh swivel, 90-degree knee bend, and toes have a tilt and forward and backward on both ends. So it is functionally exactly like the Waspinator, but at least it still works, thankfully. Moving on to transformation, put the gun, take it put it down in here to complete the stinger bit. Close up with the insect head. Unfold all of this and bring it forward. Then fold all that in again. That should see that tiny little peg right there between the head there. So now then we fold in the arms. This is always an interesting part of the equation. Yeah, that's there. Come on. Okay. Okay, there we go. Pegs into those little tiny little holes right there. Sorry. Okay, there we go. Legs out like that. Plug that back in. Criminy. I believe that an insect is causing this much trouble, but here we go. One sec here. All that's plugged back in, so now we can continue. Fold down here. Fold in. Then everything should just peg in. I swear. Okay, there we go. Into those slots in the hands, forearms rather. And all that folds into there. It ought to. Okay, so this thing's a lot more fiddly than the Waspinator Mold, which I don't get. Okay, maybe if I... There we go, okay. Oop. Okay, that's a thing. Ugh. There we go. Okay. Buzzsaw. I guess in the Hornet Mode. Okay, so a couple things. Make sure that you get this part snapped in. Then everything becomes a lot more relatively solid. At least it doesn't want to come apart at you at a moment's notice. And we do see a very large and a little bit freaky hornet with mandibles that move. The wings also, since they're on ball joints, move any way you want them to. The legs, well, the insect legs, well, they're on mushroom pegs and do kind of rotate. Otherwise, not much to it, unless you want to freak somebody out, which I know they're probably going to do if you are so kind of getting this figure in the first place. Alrighty, so as for final thoughts on this, it's still a good mold, but it's still the Waspinator mold, for better or worse. So if that excites you, you can definitely find this figure. Otherwise, if you're a little iffy on it, I'd probably wait for it to go on sale or clearance or something. Because while it is nice, it's not imperative that you need it to have one. But anyway, I am the Deceptiwolf. This has been Transformers Legacy Buzzsaw. Can I remind you all, free your mind, free your toys.